What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So since last episode, I've been doing some work around the base here. Specifically, I've been working on our light wells. Yeah, I made some mechanical users. We already had 2 in the system, but I set up auto crafting so we can craft these things whenever we want to. The mechanical user can right-click those rock crystals onto the light well. Yeah, so that pretty much automates our process here. Last episode, we set it up so the light wells we were extracting out of the bottom into our portable tank, which was going into these fluid placers, which was placing the liquid starlight on the crystal so we could increase the size and eventually let them duplicate to increase purity, right? So I've done that. I've spent a bunch of time here. I automated this because I got tired of right-clicking those crystals in there all the time. Yeah, we ended up with some good stuff here. So these celestial crystals here, these are maxed out. We have 3 of them, which are completely full. This is what we want if we're gonna make things out of them, like collector crystals or lenses or whatever we want. So we have 3 of those ready to go. We still have the 1 maxed at rock crystal, which I don't think we're ever gonna do anything with. Yeah, I kind of forgot that we wanted to upgrade these to the celestial crystal. But anyway, we have these 2 over here with the highest purity, and then we have all of these down here, which are not maxed at, but are high purity, so we can grow them should we choose to, and we need more of these maxed out ones, right? So yeah, I've been spending, I don't know, a few hours here doing this, and then all of the junk crystals we've thrown into here. So yeah, all the celestial crystals are in here, and then all these rock crystals, which just aren't that great, are in there, and they're all going into this. I'm actually not entirely sure if the celestial crystals can be right-clicked on there. I assume they can. I'm not sure if I've ever done that, but I threw them in there anyway. I guess we'll find out one way or the other. So yeah, I've been spending a bunch of time here. I did upgrade the altar to where it needed to be. Since we upgraded the altar last episode, it wasn't working. Now it does work, and you can see that we have quite a lot of starlight available, especially since this altar is way high in the sky. We're like Y200 or so. I would like this altar to be back down here and have that same kind of power, actually even higher power. And that's something we'll probably get into with the collector crystals, with the lenses and things like that. That's definitely something we're going to be working towards. Also, since last episode, I decided that I would set up our infusion altar in the permanent spot that it's going to be. Yeah, I've been kind of figuring out what I wanted to do with the base over here. Like, I never put in this glass because I wasn't sure if we're going to expand out this area, but it turns out the blood altar does fit in here up to a tier 5, which I think is the highest tier that's available in 112. I think so. I could be wrong. But anyway, I don't know if we need to go to a tier 6, but this will get us to a tier 5 once we get all of the blank runes in place. I just have these skystone blocks as placeholders. Yep. And then I put quartz stairs and quartz blocks around. I made 4 beacons, and then I put some light blue stained glass on there since light blue was a thing that we're going with. You don't actually have to have the iron here or the beacon base. These beacons don't have to be turned on for the tier 5 to work. I did it for now. I might turn them off later. I don't particularly like the beams of light, but it is what it is. These redstone blocks, these are actually supposed to be bloodstone bricks, I believe. But yeah, as I do, I just placed redstone here for a placeholder. That is supposed to be glowstone, so those are fine. Yeah, I think we're pretty much set here. So I don't know how I'm gonna lay out the base, because you walk through here and then you just fall down, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then when you're down here, you have to fly to get up here because there's no like stairs. So I don't know if I'm going to do stairs or how we're going to lay this out. I was almost thinking we'd do like a glass ceiling, but if I do that the way this is, yeah, our head would be in the glass right here. We wouldn't be able to get up that high. We'd have to be down here, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out. We might lower this down even further. Anyway, I just wanted to get the thing laid out, and we have that done. So what I wanted to work on today is we were continuing on through the Astral sorcery last time. We have all these quests knocked out. We should probably go through and claim these rewards just so they stop blinking at us. Okay, we'll take them. Oh, this one too. Claim that one. Okay. So let's pop these. So we get augment ignition plugs. We get an advanced computer. That's rare. We get Putin. And we get ourselves block of steel leaf. Okay, so that's just a food item. The advanced computer is kind of cool. And then 2 ignition plugs, which we're probably never going to use. So we'll just put all this stuff away. I'll put that in our fridge downstairs in a little bit. So yeah, going back to the questing here, one of the next things that is available is it wants us to do the Starlight infuser. The Starlight infuser will allow us to make resonating gems, which I do believe is used in some recipes that we need. So we need that to make these benitoite, whatever. We need these to get to the end game stuff here. We also need it for the creative power cell. So that's definitely something that we need, are these resonating gems for that. We can use them for these colored lenses. Looks like you can turn these into liquid starlight as well. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, or if that's better than using the crystals. Yep, not entirely sure. We need that for this guy and for the prism lens. Yeah, so there's a few things we need that for. Oh yeah, for the collector crystals. Actually, yeah, I didn't see that there was more tabs here. Infused glass. Is there anything in here? Oh yeah, the ritual inkers. That'll be pretty good if we ever get into the rituals. What is this thing? A tree beacon. I'm not sure what a tree beacon does. We needed to upgrade to the iridescent altar as well, which we're gonna want to do. The Elven Gateway Core. Yeah, so if we want to start doing more advanced Botania stuff, we definitely need that. And then the Master Infusion Stone. Right. This was like the main reason we were getting into Astral sorcery once again. Okay. So resonating gems come from not the celestial altar, from the Starlight infuser. So let's take a look at what it costs to make a Starlight infuser, and let's start progressing towards this. So that is not expensive. Star metal ingot, we have gold, engraved marble. Okay, this all has to be done on a celestial altar. Liquid starlight bucket, easy. Yep, we can do all of this. Let me grab the materials and we will try and craft it. All right, so I have all the materials together to make ourselves the Starlight infuser, but we need more Starlight power. Yep, so since it's daytime, we need to come over to our imperfect ritual, which I probably should move up to our altar. I don't know. We needed this to do some more of our searching for the constellations, and I'm not sure we're actually done with that yet. But anyway, so now we're at nighttime. It's probably faster for me to come over here and use this guy. Okay, so nighttime, we are already set to go. Awesome. So now we need our resonating wand so we can do the old right click. Cool. Yep, first craft with this particular altar. I like it. There is still one further upgrade to this, and it pretty much just adds a top part above the altar. Like the floor doesn't change at all. So yeah, this is pretty much the maximum size of the altar is gonna be, which is kind of cool. So we should probably grab our Astral tome, which is right here. Oh, we picked that up right away. Cool. So there's our Starlight infuser, and we got the quest complete. Let's grab this and let's pop it. We got a quest complete for a resonating gem. Did we get resonating gems as a reward previously? Oh, well, we have 4 of them. Was there another way to make these that I have forgotten about? Nope. Starlight infusion apparently is the only way. So we must have gotten those from some reward previously. So let's get back into here. So we have a quest complete for that. Claim this one, and we get ourselves an inventory upgrade. Eat to upgrade your inventory. Okay. That sound though. So yeah, the inventory upgrade gives you this button here, which is just more storage space. I think there's a way, yeah, you can swap these with your hotbar, which is kind of nice, I suppose. And then you can also swap your armor. So if you want to take your armor off or on, so that's another thing that you can do. Anyway, I think there's another upgrade that you can do, a 3x3 crafting, but we don't have that obviously. Oh, and it is raining, so we need to sleep. Anyway, so now that we have that, we need to take a look in our book And in our Astral Tome, so let's go back. Yeah, I was kind of looking at the altar for the next tier. And it is pretty much the same as what we already have. It just adds this little top bit. Anyway, so we need to go to the Starlight infuser. Okay, so yeah, we crafted that, and then it needs a multi-block structure. So there's a lapis block, bunch of marble. We have 12 source blocks of the Starlight fluid. Yeah, so another multi-block structure needs to be set up down below. I will, I don't know where we're gonna put it actually. Do we need more room over here for anything else? Maybe I'll just kind of like center it somewhere around here. We could probably do that, or I could put it over here. I guess we do need room for Thaumcraft, which is probably gonna end up going in this general area. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll build this multi-block structure, and then we will continue on. All right, so I set up the altar here. Yep, so we can now infuse different things using this liquid Starlight. The problem is every time, well, almost every time you infuse something with the Starlight, there's a chance that one of these source blocks, it goes away. Yeah, and then you got to go and grab Starlight and refill it up with a bucket or whatever. There's ways that we can improve that. There is this item in here, this guy right here, the Containment Chalice, I do believe is what it is. This item will allow you to fill this up full of liquid Starlight, and as the rituals use some, it'll pull from that chalice, and it doesn't use a full bucket, it uses a little bit, I believe is how that works. Anyway, it's pretty much what you want to upgrade your altar with. It just needs to be within range of the altar. Yep, and then you got to provide it with that Starlight. So that's what I want to work on next before we really get too crazy with the infusing here. So in order to do that, let's go back to the recipe. No, over here. So in order to make this guy, the Containment Chalice, we need these 5 aquamarines. Yeah, those have to be on, I think you use spectral relays nearby the altar. Oh, you know what? My mistake. We need an iridescent altar before we can even do that. So we have to upgrade the next tier before we can do that. Okay, scratch that whole thing. We do want to upgrade to the Containment Chalice, but we can't do that yet. So we have to do a few things here. I guess upgrading to the iridescent altar would be one of those things that I would like to do very soon. So let's take a look. If we wanted to do that, we need 4 runes of capacity. So those are with stone burnt, that's easy. Imbued slate, so we need a tier 3 altar. Blink runes, buckets. Okay, so the only thing that's difficult about this is we have to upgrade to a tier 3 altar, and then we have to make the imbued slates. We need these 2 different colored lens. So that is made on the celestial altar. And we can do all of this glass lens. So yeah, we need to put glass panes into the Starlight infusion. Or we can do this recipe over here, which is far more expensive. Yeah, I think we want to do glass panes. Let's try doing one of these. I don't remember how long it takes, but I don't think it takes a super long amount of time. And did I set something up wrong? I'm not seeing any feedback that something's happening. Do I have to click it with the resonating wand? Oh yeah, you have to click it. Okay, that's why it's not doing anything. All right, so we get all of the particle effects. Things are happening here. And is it going to use? It did use. Yep. So I think it's the middle source block here that got used up. It is really a pain when that happens. So then you need to grab more of this, place it here, fill it up, do the thing, and do this and that. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to have to do this over and over again. We can automate this, actually, if I grab one of those users. Well, we can automate the starting of the craft anyway. So I'm going to place the user here. We're going to do a activate block with item with a resonating wand in here. So I got this lens. So if I place, did it use up any of the fluid? It didn't. If I place this in here, it should automatically just start the ritual. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So now I don't have to worry about clicking it, but I do need to make myself another resonating wand. And plus Starlight. Or we can do a Salus Mundus. Do you need Starlight for that recipe? Apparently not. Awesome. Okay, so we have another resonating wand. The other one's here, and it's just going to kind of automate this process. Looks like we lost Starlight juice right here. And we'll just fill that up. Awesome. So it's semi-automated right now. It's definitely a lot nicer. But yeah, so we need to look at getting some of these things done. So I guess the next step is for us to jump into a little bit of Thaumcraft here. Yeah, getting back to this. So we need the iridescent altar. And to upgrade that, we need the runes of capacity. And for that, we're going to need the imbued slate, which means we need a tier 3 altar. Okay, so currently we have a tier 2. Tier 1 is just the altar. Tier 2 is this ring of 8 blocks. Tier 3 is filling in all of these runes down here with blink runes. So that is going to be the next step. So to upgrade this altar to a tier 3, we need 20 more of these blank runes. Not these skystone blocks, the blank runes. Each one of the blank runes does require 2 of these blank slates. So we need 40 blank slates in order to do that. And then each of the blank slates requires 1,000 LP. So we need to fill up this altar completely 40 times. Well, or not 40 times, 4 times. Yeah, we can do that, but the way we've been producing the life essence in the altar is kind of slow. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this thing to the incense altar variation, which can allow us to get more from using the dagger sacrifice. Dagger, yep, this guy. It'll allow us to get a lot more juice out of this, and we can just do one right click, which will take all of our hearts and turn that into LP at a percentage increase. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot more efficient, and I don't have to sit there and like spam. Oh, I don't want to kill myself, kind of a thing. Anyway, so we're going to make an incense altar, and I like placing it below our blood altar here, and I think I'm going to place it up 1 block above the floor level here. So directly below right there. And then, oh, I guess, well, I haven't crafted it yet. Yeah, so anyway, we need to make this incense altar. So we can craft this guy. And if I place that here, I don't think anything happens unless I'm holding a dagger, right? Yeah, so you can see that the dagger is now glowy while the incense altar is here. So that has boosted its power. So if we look at this thing, you can see it's 5,200 out of 10,000. If I right click this, it takes pretty much all of my life and puts it into here. Yeah, it's not quite enough to fill it completely, but we can upgrade this even further. So that pretty much used all of my life that it can with 1 right click, which is fantastic. That's going to help us out a lot. But we can upgrade what the incense altar can do. So if we go into our blood magic book here, you can see that's the crafting recipe for the incense altar. And then it talks about upgrading this even further using path blocks. Now it says you get 20% more, but you can further expand by the influence in the incense altar. You place a row of 3 wooden path blocks 2 blocks away from the incense altar in each of the cardinal directions, making sure that all path blocks are on the same wide level. Up to 5 blocks up or down from the incense altar, you can define an area. So that's saying that 5 blocks below our incense altar, we can define an area using those path blocks. So we want to make these wooden blocks. Where are they in here? I think it's these. Yeah, I think it's just those. And then we need the orb. I'm not sure exactly. Do we need, oh, maybe we need another tier orb in order to do this. It says orb tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That says orb 1, 2, 3. I don't know why does that not work? Does it have to be the next tier? Maybe it does. I don't know. I guess we could make the next blood orb. Let's do that. Blood magic orb. What is the next one? Since we can do this anyway, that's the apprentice one. So we need Victus V crystal. Do we have that? We do, apparently. Okay, so let's go ahead and take one of those. We'll throw it into the altar. That will upgrade into the next blood orb. Maybe that one works, or I'm not sure. Maybe we just can't use birch planks. Maybe that's the problem. Not entirely sure what's going on here. Okay, so that finished up. So I'll right click it and assign it to myself. Okay, we got the quest complete for doing that. Now, does this one work? Oh yeah, okay, so it does absolutely have to be the apprentice blood orb. Okay, so we can make a bunch of these. Yeah, I kind of forgot how this works. I know the book says, and I've seen the layout before. I've done this before. Let's see. You can define the area. Let's see. If you place a row of 3 wooden block path blocks 2 blocks away from the instance altar in each of the cardinal directions, making sure that all path blocks are on the same Y level up to 5. Yeah, see, the way this is worded confuses me. I feel like, I can't remember. Do we do 2 blocks away and then we do this? Like that? Or does it mean that we place the blocks right next to the altar that far away? Yeah, I don't remember. I'm going to do a little bit of research, probably look up an image or something on Google, and then I definitely want this down lower from the altar so we have more room. But anyway, let me do that real quick and we'll continue on. Okay, guys, so I've been putting in a little bit of work here. So it turns out that a 3x3 area around the altar, centered on the altar, you don't really put any blocks there, but you can do, I guess it's a 3x3 of the wood paths on the cardinal directions of that. So like you end up with a 9x9 area that you can do stuff with. Yeah. As you progress, you can put different style of the path blocks here, here, and here. So you can expand it all the way out to this size. I'm not sure if we ever are going to expand it out to this size, but I made the room big enough so we can fully expand it. Now, there's different things that you can put on here, or I guess in the defined area, to increase the tranquility. So different types of crops growing on soil increases your tranquility. I just went with all wheat. I don't really have a way of seeing like what our tranquility number is at this point. We can do that, but we just don't have the ability to do it yet. So different types of wood upgrade your tranquility. So I put 9 different logs. I don't know if all of these different types of logs work. I don't know if ironwood works. Leaves increase it. Flowing source of lava and lava source itself increase. I think I did testing before, and putting like the lava or water 1 block up and letting it flow was like the most amount that you could get out of like one of these. So I did that for both lava and water. I don't really know how improved this is. And I think there's at a certain point where you can only increase it up to whatever the maximum amount is. And anything else you add doesn't really help you at all until you expand out to the next tier. Anyway, so I think for right now, this should be pretty good. So I haven't really done anything else here. I didn't like try to increase the altar, but I am kind of curious. Let's just break this thing since we should theoretically be able to fill it up quite quickly now. Now this was done before I did all the tranquil stuff down there, so this might not be a good measure of how well we've done here. Let me go ahead and eat this food so we can buff up our health all the way as well. We definitely want that maximum so we can kind of see what's going on here. So I would like to see it that we can fill this blood altar pretty much completely full with one use of the sacrificial dagger. That's what I'd like to see, but I still don't know if we can do that. So if we do this, 1 right click, that gets us 6,000, and then 1,000 of that goes into the internal buffer. So I would like to try that again. I'm going to get my health all the way back up again. And then with all this tranquil stuff, should be taking effect. I would like to see it higher than 6,000 when we right click on it. Hopefully it will be. I don't know. Let's break this again. We're just doing this for science to see how much we get. Not trying to like use the essence at the moment. Eat some more of this. Top us all the way up. Okay, good. So let's try one more time. Okay, so 6,048 appears to be the maximum that we can do at this point, which is not bad. It's really not that bad. So 2 clicks to completely fill it all the way up. I'm going to start working on making the blink runes that we needed in order to make this a tier 3 altar. Yep, let me do that and then we'll continue on. All right, guys, so I set up a little bit of an automation here to help me through all 40 of those blank slates. And I've already cooked all those through here. So pretty much what we have is just 2 vanilla chests. We have item conduit pulling out of this chest into our blood altar, and item conduit pulling out of the blood altar into the output chest. On the input chest, we have a filter on the blood altar side. If I can click on this properly, a limited item filter. And this is limiting the amount of living rock, which is what turns into the blank slates in this mod pack, or any of these other items. If we're trying to upgrade them to the different slates, it limits them to just one item being able to go into the blood altar. Now, I'm pretty sure you can pipe in more than one item at a time, at least in previous blood magic versions that I've used. And like when you do like a full stack of something, you have no idea how much longer you have to go before it's done. I prefer doing it one item at a time. That way it's in smaller chunks, and if you need to take a break or whatever, you can. Anyway, so we have that set up, so it's only going to pull one out of this chest, put it into here, it's going to cook it, and then on this side, on the output chest, we have another filter, just a regular advanced item filter, that's looking for these different items to pull out. Now, if we're trying to make blank slates, we want to make sure the blank slate is on this whitelist, or if we're trying to make reinforced slates, we take the blank slate off there, and then it won't pull out the blank slate. It'll wait till it upgrades to a reinforced slate, and then it pulls it out, right? It makes sense. With Ender.io as well, you can come back in here and then just search for like blood magic slate, and then you can click and drag that to your filter. So that makes that very easy to reset these filters back up. Okay, so that's what I've been doing here. We do have this upgraded now to a tier 3 altar. We have all of our blink runes in place. I guess we could make the next tier blood orb. Let's see, orb. So the next tier blood orb requires a thaumium block. Okay, that was a little bit of a pain to make. We had to make one of those, I think, last episode. And it requires 25,000 LP. Life essence, whatever. You know what? Maybe we'll hold off on doing this for a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to hold off. So they wanted us to make the imbued slate with the tier 3 altar. It costs half of the altar's life essence. And I have the imbued slate done. We're supposed to make a rune of capacity, which means we need another blank rune. So I just got done making 2 more blank slates so we can make ourselves that blank rune, the additional one. So let's make that. Okay, so there's our extra blank rune. And do we have everything? We are missing 2 more buckets. Okay, well, thankfully we can craft buckets. No problem with our system. There we go. And there is our rune of capacity. Awesome. So, oh, right. We need 4 of those. Okay. Be right back. All right, guys. So I was looking at the recipe once again for our iridescent altar, the final upgrade for our Astral sorcery altar. And we have these 4 items. Yep. So the only thing that, or I guess we also have the celestial crystal. So we're missing these 4 items here on the cardinal directions at the very center, right? So we need the elemental affinity. We need the draft of Angelus, whatever that is. Colored lens and colored lens. So we need 2 colored lenses. Now I was looking at the recipe on these, and these seem fairly inexpensive. So we need 2 resonating gems, a glass lens, 2 illumination powder, and then 4 stardust. We have pretty much all that stuff available. And then the colored lens, the regeneration one, is just a couple more stardust, couple more aquamarines, gas tier, diamond, and another lens. So we saw how to make these glass lenses earlier. Yep, so those are pretty easy to do. So we have the lenses. We needed the resonating gems. Now I need to make a couple of more of these, the resonating gems. We have 4 of them already, but that's going to go into the iridescent altar recipe. So we need to pop some of these guys into here. Let me grab another bucket, because I am sure we are going to lose some starlight here, and I don't want to keep swapping out my water bucket for this. Do we lose any? Nope, we were good on that one. Let's put another one in there. Cool, so everything is taking place here. So let's get back to this. So we needed 2 of them for this one, and that's it. Okay, so we need 4 stardust. The illumination powder, that's another thing. We do need yellow niter in order to make that. So niter is potentia, ignis, and lux. Potentia, which we have some. I don't know if we have ignis. I'm sure we do. Yes, we do. And then we have lux. No, but I think you get lux out of torches, right? Yeah, torches have lux and herba, or herbia, or however you pronounce that. Okay, so we have torches to do that. So again, we needed the niter, and that's gonna craft up 16 of these things. So yeah, the niter is glowstone dropped in with these different items. So glowstone, let's grab some of that. And then I guess I should figure out, let's actually set a recipe for this so I don't have to keep clicking through all this stuff. I guess I should figure out how much of each. 10, 10, and then 10 lux, and a torch has 5. So 2 torches, 10 of each of these. 10 of those. Then we need 10 of these as well. Kind of split these out a little bit. There we go. Put these extras away. And then 2 torches and then 1 glowstone each. Okay, so we should have everything ready to go to make some of this niter. So we'll come over to our Thaumcraft area. Great area, huh? Come over here. So we pop in 10 of those, 10 of those, 2 of those, 1 of these, and then we get ourselves yellow niter. So we are going to want some nether, I think they're in the nether, or quartz shards. Quartz shards, because we do have some extra stuff in there, that herba. Okay, so we'll grab that out of there. All right, so we wanted, again, 10 of those, 10 of those, 2 of those, a glowstone, and then some of the nether quartz. Cool. All right, so there is 2 yellow niter. That was pretty easy, I think. Okay, so back here, we have the niter. Oh, I can't do it in here. So we have the niter done. So the illumination powder, one more time. We need aquamarine and glowstone. Aquamarine, glowstone. And is that a normal crafting recipe? I didn't look. No, that's on the luminous crafting. So we are going to need a certain amount of starlight to do this, but I don't know if we need more than what this altar already has. We might be good to go already. Let's try this out. So if we try and make some of the illumination, some of this illumination powder. Oh yeah, looks like we're good to go. So we just need our wand to click it. And this might be a fast recipe too. It is. Oh, that crafted both up at the same time. Very, very nice. Okay, so we have the illumination powder now. So we needed the resonating gems. We have everything. Oh, I don't have the star dust on me. Now we should be able to craft this, provided we have enough starlight, which we don't, but we've seen, like, when it becomes nighttime, that goes all the way up to where it needs to be. So I guess I'm just going to click the imperfect ritual over here, make it nighttime, and I think we have to wait a little bit longer for it to actually become like around midnight or so. Anyway, let's wait for the starlight to fill up. I'll make both those lenses, and then we'll be right back, guys. So crafting up these lenses didn't really take that long, I guess. Like, it just crafted like everything else crafts on this infusion altar. We have plenty of, celestial altar. We have plenty of the starlight juice in there to do that. So the only thing we are left with is now this draft stuff and this elemental affinity reagent. So this, we're going to need the Hellfire Forge for, and then we're also going to need these different sigils. Yeah, so an air sigil requires us to have arcane ashes, which we haven't had to mess with yet, which again requires the Hellfire Forge in order to create. So we're going to have to start into getting demonic wills and this kind of stuff. But yeah, this should be fun. A little bit more blood magic stuff. And then the draft over here, this requires neurotoxin. So we need the alchemy table. We need, wait, what was this one? This is antiseptic. So we needed plant oil. Yeah, so there's some stuff that we're gonna have to do in the alchemy table to get this going. This says magician's blood orb, master blood orb. I really wish it would like cycle through these a little bit faster. Apprentice. Yeah, so we should be able to do all of these things. We also do need a weak blood shard. So that's another thing that we're gonna have to look at. I can't remember if you have to do the bound blade for that or if there's another item. I'll have to do a little bit more research into blood magic. Again, it's been a little bit of time since I've messed with all of these magic mods, although I have messed with quite a number of them before. But anyway, guys, we're going to go and wrap up the episode here for today. Unfortunately, we weren't able to upgrade to the iridescent altar, but we are mostly there. We just need to do a little bit more blood magic, and we should, I believe next time, be able to upgrade. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.